from Puppywarmer, and he's going to answer some of the most common questions we get asked here at Revival regarding the Puppywarmer Incubator and the oxygen concentrator. So Ken, can you tell us when is the ideal time to use these two devices?
Sure. We'll talk about the incubator first. And essentially what an incubator does is it creates a controlled environment that your puppy can get warmth. And if we look at why are incubators on the market, 18% of the puppies born in the United States die in the first couple of weeks of life, and we can really change that number. And so if you ask yourself who really needs an incubator, it's somebody that has had an issue with losses of puppies. That's probably greater than 1 out of 20 puppies. You could benefit from this. What the incubator does is it gets the puppy at the right internal temperature so that it can process colostrum well, it can digest food well, and it can use its nutrition more for building than it would be for getting warm. If we talk about the oxygen concentrator, if you've ever had a puppy born that is gasping and making a sound a lot like then it was born hypoxic. And the thing to know about a hypoxic puppy is if you pull your oxygen line out and apply it directly to the snout after clearing out the puppy with a bulb syringe or delete mucus trap, that they will generally pink up in 45 to 90 seconds. And then you put them in the incubator in an oxygen-rich environment, and you just want to have them in there a few hours after they start acting normal again. And the oxygen helps the puppy have more energy to feed better and also creates a slightly pressurized environment that drives out the CO2 through the venting.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about how these two devices work together. Again, we've got the incubator here and the oxygen concentrator.
We recommend that they run together, and they each have their own role. So an incubator keeps the puppies secure and at the right internal temperature so that they can process colostrum well and they can digest food well. And the oxygen concentrator, if they're hypoxic, it helps return oxygen into their body so that they have better feeding, and often it helps them in recovery.
Okay, Ken, now there are two types of oxygen concentrators,
Yes.
the standard series and the pro series.
Yes.
What is the difference between the two, and when should you get one versus the other?
Okay, and that question does come up a lot, and they are both the same size, they have the same frame, and they have the same functionality. The primary difference between a standard concentrator and a pro series concentrator has to do with the output. So a standard concentrator can do 90% oxygen at 1 liter per minute and go up to 3 liters per minute at lower concentration rates. The Pro Series can do 2 liters per minute at 90% and go up to 5 liters per minute at lower concentration rates. Most breeders only need a standard concentrator. You're not going to want to go above 3 liters per minute. In fact, in most cases, you don't want to go above 2 liters per minute. So the cases where a Pro Series is needed, veterinarians often get the Pro Series because they'll use it to help an adult animal that is going through COPD, congestive heart failure, so they may have to run at a higher flow rate. And then also sometimes people that get our largest unit, the 18 by 24, and they live in a high altitude area like Colorado, just because you have a lower starting point of the level of oxygen in the air, that person may want it. If I had a litter in the incubator, I would be 100% confident with a standard series incubator. We did this so that it's affordable to breeders and that this technology can get out to more dog breeders and we can save more puppies.
Now let's talk about the different sizes of the incubators.
Yes.
We get asked a lot, what size incubator do I need? Now this one we have here is the 18 by 18, but they do come in other sizes.
They do. So we have 3 primary sizes of the standard incubator. We have a 12 by 12 by 12, an 18 by 18 by 18, and an 18 by 24 by 18 tall. And the 18 by 18 is far and away our top selling unit. If you think of just about any medium-sized breed, this would be the right size for them. The 12 by 12 rescue groups call it the nightstand incubator. So if they're working with one puppy and they're either transporting it to work and home, or you're down to that one puppy and you want to get some rest, You want to lay in your bed, look over at the puppy, check on it. You can move it around, and it allows people to kind of live their life a little bit more when there's just one puppy. The 18 by 24 is for large breeds. A lot of brachycephalic breeders do get the 18 by 24 because they tend to keep the puppies in the incubator longer.
Teamwork. They work
It's
together
absolutely a team.
to keep the puppies healthy and happy.
Absolutely.